Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We're back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys. And today I'm back at the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. That's right, MFK. And I will be reviewing a fragrance that they once discontinued but are now bringing back with a host of other fragrances. This is a highly requested comeback from a lot of fans of this fragrance, so I will be breaking this down for y'all. No hype. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel as we head towards 26K. Please continue all your support, guys. Deep dive into my over 800 no hype videos. Shop from our affiliate programs. A lot of them actually go to discounters. So if you want to help the channel, you can shop through there as well. And just continue to support the channel. Thank you so much, guys. I love y'all. And the fragrance that I will be talking about today is none other than the return of a discontinued MFK fragrance that a lot of people have been waiting on. This is none other than Maison Francis Kurkdjian Le Beau Parfum. That's right, Le Beau Parfum from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This one came out back in 2015, exactly 10 years ago, guys, and it was for the anniversary of the Printemps department store in Paris. And eventually, somewhere down the line, it got discontinued. I don't know exactly when, leaving a lot of fans pretty sad about it and, basically requesting for its return. And now it's back and it is, available now for everyone. So I'm pretty sure if you were a fan of the original or if you're curious about this one, I'm here to break it down for y'all. I can't wait. Okay, so what is up with this fragrance right here, Le Beau Parfum? So just on the name alone, Le Beau means the beautiful. And that means you right there, the wearer of this perfume. You are the beautiful. So just on the wording alone, the name alone, you can tell that this is going to be like a mood perfume, all right? This is a perfume that will make you feel beautiful, right? And the concept of this is basically feeling chic and beautiful in the streets of Paris, okay? In the city of blinding lights. All right, so basically, I've been to Paris many times and I gotta say it's a very enchanting place, very magical place, a lot of fashion, a lot of culture, a lot of really beautiful landmarks, and it just makes you feel beautiful whenever you're out there. So definitely, the concept is in line. It's a mood, kind of like feeling beautiful in Paris. Okay, so anyways, this fragrance right here, like I said, got discontinued. It's back again. I will break this down every single note till the end, which I don't think is really that discussed. And I will give you guys my thoughts if this really made me feel beautiful while I was wearing it. Let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, the return of Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Le Beau Parfum. And I gotta say, this intro, I'm not a woman, but damn, this intro is pretty nice. You can tell that the jasmine here in this intro is of the highest class. Maybe it's from Grasse, okay? But basically, you are going to get that solar jasmine. And I would say that compared to the other florals that's in this bouquet of Le Beau, this jasmine is the brightest one. This is the glistening, bright jasmine, the solar jasmine that really perks you up and puts you in the mood. And because it's jasmine, it's not super indolic jasmine. It's more of like a clean and very fresh type of jasmine. Definitely, simplicity. For simplicity's sake, I think that it is a nice mood enhancer for any woman that ever gets to wear this, okay? So the opening is definitely lovely. And when it comes to the sillage and projection of Le Beau Parfum, I gotta say that this one definitely has an aura scent to it, okay? So it is not just a weak, lingering scent. This one does have an aura, and that's what it's for. It's an aura perfume to make you feel beautiful. It's a very outdoorsy type of aura as well in terms of the sillage. So definitely I would say that this is not a weak perfume. Anywhere you go, ideally I would say wear this outdoors so it would catch the whiffs of the air or the wind and it'll get people around you. You can also wear it indoors, but like I said, it's made for like that streets in Paris type of experience. So I would say that the sillage is pretty strong on the intro of Le Beau Parfum. One thing I do want to take a note of right here, especially in the mid of this fragrance, is how this, floral jasmine, the white floral solar jasmine, transitions into the other floral notes almost like seamlessly. Like you can't really tell when it shifts into the tuberose and the secondary ilang-ilang in the mid of this fragrance. You can't really tell. It's almost like just like an experiential like bouquet of solar flowers, like I said. And so it goes into that. It goes into a nice tuberose and a backdrop of ilang-ilang. I would say that these two notes, and again, some people might not like these two notes, but again, I've always said that these denote elegance. These denote being rich, classy, and elegant. And it's, you know, skillfully positioned in the mid, again, with a seamless transition. So you can go from that mood, that bright solar mood, that wake up mood from the jasmine, into now the classy, elegant florals of tuberose and ilang-ilang. I would say that the ilang-ilang is also like secondary. It's got that honey-like, you know, type of smell, a creamy honey-like smell, goes secondary to the white tuberose, which is, I would say, even stronger here in the mid. But like I said, these two notes denote elegance. And with that almost like seamless transition, it feels like there's still like remnants of jasmine. And this is really the body. This is the body of the entire fragrance. Okay, now these three notes, the jasmine, the tuberose, and the ilang-ilang, these ones really make up the full identity of this fragrance. Yes, there's another floral note later down the line, and there's still, you know, dry down notes, but this is where it's at. And the coverage of these three notes go all the way up past the 6-hour mark. So that's really the chief identity of this fragrance. And the fact that this is a mood perfume, it means that all the concentration of, you know, the best parts of this fragrance is going to be in the beginning to make you feel that way. That Parisian chick, you know, that's going around Paris, you know, enjoying, you know, the whole city, right? So definitely the coverage is long. It's even past, you know, the typical dry down stages of the fragrances. Probably you have some absolute, you know, notes right there that really create that concentration and the long lasting, you know, coverage. But definitely it is a long coverage right here. Now let's talk about the dry down right here. On the dry down, there is another floral, and that is orange blossom. Okay, orange blossom is the next floral that comes in on the dry down. Like I said, jasmine is the opener, tuberose and ylang sets the elegant mood of this fragrance, and then you have orange blossom that comes in at the end. Now orange blossom, I've discussed that many times in different fragrances. Stellar Times by Louis Vuitton is mostly orange blossom. And this fragrance right here, I mean, these notes right here, orange blossom, although it is a floral, it comes with something of a comforting type of vibe. You know, it's more of like a blanket of comfort. Every time I smell orange blossom, it's sweet, it's nice, but it's got this like cloud, this like thick cloud of like a comforting vibe that goes perfectly on the dry down of this fragrance right here. And of course, they didn't put orange blossom in the beginning because that's not the point, right? The point is to become mood enhancing and, you know, a fun, like happy, like a lot of people are considering this fragrance happy, like a happy mood perfume. But then of course, at some point, past the 7-hour mark, you're gonna get, you know, the comforting kind of like dry down notes. And of course, orange blossom, being a floral that does that, creates a comforting vibe, comes in as well. Now, one thing about this fragrance, I don't know if it's been reviewed enough, but nobody really talks about the dry down, like the latter dry down. And really, you know, MFK, they didn't write these notes down, okay? So this is just me smelling this, and for me, I was like, no, it's impossible that it would be just florals from start to finish. And so at the ending of this fragrance, I got to smell some nice creamy sandalwood, some slight vanilla, and some musk. Okay, and that makes much more sense as the orange blossom is the sweet but comforting transition, and then finally you also have some sweet vanilla, some nice creamy sandalwood, and some light musks at the ending of this fragrance. Okay, so this part right here I got to smell at the latter end, so don't expect it to be something that you can smell like immediately, like 6 hours in. Like I told y'all, the coverage is going to be long on the florals, and even the orange blossom is yet another floral, just more comforting towards the end. But definitely you've got vanilla, musk, and sandalwood at the way end of this fragrance, Le Beau Parfum. Okay, so what do I think of this fragrance right here, Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Le Beau Parfum? In terms of the product itself and how the concept translated into the scent, 10 out of 10. Okay, I mean, they knew what they were doing. MFK knew what he was doing in terms of creating that mood of a happy, vibe in Paris, with the sun shining. It's a new day, right, in the City of Lights. And it really did that, okay? Wearing this fragrance will make you feel that because of the bright, glistening facets of that jasmine in the beginning. You've got the tuberose and the ylang, the elegant facets. Definitely, if you're going down shopping in all these streets in Paris, high end, you got the elegant side of it. And of course, the overall like white floral, yellow floral combination that will make you, feel heavenly as you are smelling it. Definitely a type of heavenly type of concoction. And of course, down the line, it still has comforting facets, orange blossom that goes into vanilla musk and sandalwood. Really beautiful as well. Although it's not the main part of it, but definitely the first part of it and the mid definitely is all about the concept, bringing that concept into life. Okay, so I will say it's a 10 out of 10 in that. Now, usage-wise, I gotta say, this fragrance right here is simplicity in motion. It's a simple formula to me, okay? I mean, these are floral notes that are kind of like grouped together, white and floral notes that are grouped together, but the way that it transitions, like I said, and the mood that it brings you is really perfect. I would say that this is a mood-enhancing perfume, a mood perfume, and definitely this is, grabber to upscale grabber worthy because, of course, of the tuberose and ylang ylang. Now, this can be worn indoors and outdoors. I suggest outdoors on a beautiful spring day. It's really lovely. And, it also has comforting facets. So it's actually, to me, like, I don't know if it's a summer perfume. Okay, maybe it is, but I feel like this is a perfume that maybe you want to wear in the afternoon of the summer that goes into the evening, and that kind of scent continues on when it goes into the sunset. Because to me it's more of like a spring fragrance. It is made for printemps, which is spring, right? So I feel like it's a true like spring fragrance, outdoor spring fragrance. But of course, don't let that stop you if you want to wear it into any indoor occasion, okay? And to me, these types of fragrances, they could go solo, like, you can just wear it for your own like mood. You don't have to bring in anybody or expect any compliments, but it's a good, happy type of perfume. It's going to affect the mood of other people around you, in my opinion. So if you're a woman, I would say something that you would wear socially, hanging out with friends that you like to hang out with. And this will definitely be one of those perfumes to use. Okay, now let's talk about total performance of this fragrance. To me, this lasted up to 12 hours and beyond. But I would say that the most prominent part is definitely up to the 9 to 10 hour mark. And then this vanilla sandalwood type of musk, like dry down, is really mostly for comfort. You can still smell it though, but it's not the most prominent one because you'll get used to the sillage of the scent. So I would say like the first like 9 to 10 hours is really the most like high performance part of this fragrance, okay? But nevertheless, I could still smell the vanilla sandalwood down to the 12-hour mark. So it's still beautiful performance. I have no problems with it whatsoever. Okay, and finally, let's talk about the cost of this fragrance and is it a full bottle worthy fragrance? In my opinion, just knowing women, knowing that, women are all about the mood and elegance and kind of like a casual grab all the way to upscale grabber, this fragrance does it. Again, simplicity in motion, okay? Only way I would say like try it first is if you are not used to jasmine and tuberose and ylang ylang, because those are, to be honest, a lot of people, guys and gals, they don't like those notes, okay? They don't like the indolic nature or the creamy ylang. They don't like that. So definitely, if you are new to that, then try it first. I got a very cheap sample from the MFK, official MFK website, and then they handed me a ton more from the Absolute line, which I will be reviewing. Don't worry, guys, for the MFK fans of here in the channel, I will be reviewing them as well. It was a very cheap way, okay? So get a sample if you're not sure. But if you are familiar with these floral notes, these solar floral notes, definitely I would say usage-wise, this is gonna be an easy one, a no-brainer because of the simplicity, what it does, and of course, the very good concept to product like transition, I would say is perfect on Le Beau Parfum. I'm really glad that they brought it back because, I think it's a nice one. It's not complicated, but a lot of people loved it, and I think a lot of people now in 2025, a lot of women will do. And that is it. That is my no hype review on MFK's Le Beau Parfum, the return, the 2025 return. After like 15 years, I don't know when this was discontinued, but anyways, it's a lovely perfume. As a guy, I can definitely appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance. Are you a fan, or were you a fan of the original, and are you happy that it's back? Have you tried it? Do you own it? I would like to know your comments below, and as long as it's respectful to me and others, I will approve it down there. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I'm back to work. I'm definitely gonna review these other ones, okay? Don't worry, I will get to that. So please hang on tight. Please continue to like. And if you've never done it, subscribe to my videos, and I will see you guys next time. God bless, take care, peace.